The social anthropological definition of caste lays down the following characteristics of caste. Number 1, caste is based on segmental division. Caste is an institution based on segmental division. This means that caste society is divided into a number of close, mutually exclusive segments or compartments. So segmental division means that the society based on caste is divided into number of closed, mutually exclusive segments or compartments. Number 2, caste is based on hierarchical division. Caste society is based on hierarchical division. Each caste is strictly unequal to every other caste. There are 4 main castes, and each and every caste is different, unequal with the other caste. Third, caste imposes restrictions on social institutions. The institution of caste necessarily imposes restriction on social interaction, especially the sharing of food. There are certain restrictions imposed by the caste system in interaction of the people of different castes, especially in case of food sharing. Certain castes are prohibited to eat certain things. For example, the Brahmins, they are prohibited to eat non-vegetarian. The Kshatriyas, they are free to eat non-vegetarian and drink. The Vaishyas, they are also restricted up to certain extent for certain commodities not to be consumed, and the Shudras, they are free to eat whatever they want to. Institution of untouchability. In the institution of untouchability, even the touch of people of particular caste is thought to be polluting. This institution of untouchability is that an upper caste person, if he touches a lower caste person, then it is said that the upper caste person gets polluted and he has to perform certain rites for his purification. Differential rights and duties for different castes. Following the principles of hierarchy and restricted social interaction, caste also involves differential rights and duties of different castes. There are different rights and different duties assigned to different castes. The Brahmins, they have been given the duty to teach and to become priests. The Kshatriyas, they have to perform the duty of warriors and rulers. The Vaishya, they will perform the duty of merchants, traders, and economic development. And the Shudras, they will perform the rest of the duties, which the upper 3 castes will not do. Then restrictions on the choice of occupation. Caste restricts the choice of occupation, which, like caste itself, is decided by birth and is hereditary. So the occupation in caste system is determined by birth. A child born in a caste performing certain occupation will perform that occupation only and will not be allowed to perform other occupation assigned for different caste. It imposes strict restrictions on marriage. Caste involves strict restrictions on marriage. Caste endogamy or marriage only within the caste is often accompanied by rules about exogamy or whom one may not marry. So, in terms of marriage, endogamy is preferred, which means that a person belonging to a particular caste will marry in that caste only and not other caste, and he can't marry a person of other caste. Gurye is also known for offering a comprehensive definition of caste. His definition emphasized on the following. Number 1. Caste is an institution based on segmental division. This means that society is divided into a number of closed, mutually exclusive segments or compartments. Each caste is one such compartment. It is closed because caste is decided by birth. The children born to parents of a particular caste will always belong to that caste. There is no way other than birth of acquiring caste membership. In short, a person's caste is decided by birth. It can neither be avoided nor changed. So, birth is the main determining factor about the caste of a particular person. The caste in which a newly born child is born, he will have that caste, he belongs to that caste, he will become the member of that caste only, and he cannot place his choice in deciding his belongingness to any of the four castes. Caste society is based on hierarchical division. Each caste is strictly unequal to other castes. That is, every caste is either higher or lower than other one. So there is inequality. There are higher castes and there are lower castes in the caste system. Other caste, that is, every caste is either higher or lower than other one. In theory, no two castes are ever equal. The institution of caste necessarily involves restrictions on social interaction, especially the sharing of food. There are elaborate rules prescribing what kind of food may be shared between which group. These rules are governed by ideas of purity and pollution. The food sharing rules are governed by the idea of purity and pollution. Caste also involves differential rights and duties for different castes. These rights and duties pertain not only to religious practices but also extend to the secular world. Caste restricts the choice of occupation, which caste itself is decided by birth and is hereditary. At the level of society, caste functions as a rigid form of the division of labor, which is specific occupation being allocated to specific castes. Therefore, we can say that it is a strict method of division of labor where certain castes, different castes have to perform different occupations. Caste involves strict restrictions on marriage. Caste endogamy or marriage only within the caste is often accompanied by rules about exogamy or whom one may not marry. Thus, definition of caste provided by following characteristics of caste given by Gurye. The above two definitions or concepts that Gurye developed provides the following characteristics which Gurye has given about caste. Number 1, segmental division. Gurye sees caste as a social grouping or segment, the membership of which is obtained and fixed by birth. This refers to the division of society into compartments, segments or castes. They have a set of rules, regulations, standards of morality and justice for each caste. Second, hierarchy. Hierarchy is a scheme which arranges a caste in terms of higher or superior and lower or inferior in relation to each other. The Brahmins were placed at the top and the untouchables were kept at the bottom of the hierarchy. Third principle of purity and pollution. The above described two features, attributes reflect the separation or distance between castes. This fact of separation is reinforced by the principle of purity and pollution that find their expression in the codes regulating the acceptance of food or drink from other castes. So the principle of purity and pollution is strictly observed in the caste system. Civil and religious disabilities and privileges of different sections. A result of the hierarchical division of society is that rights and obligations are unequally shared by different sections of society. The ritual status of a caste, their rights and obligations are the crucial determinant of the nature of these disabilities. So there is civil and religious disabilities and privileges of different sections of the caste, where every caste is determined on the basis of the work that it is performing. Then lack of choice of occupation. Every group of caste was associated with a hereditary occupation. Distinction between pure and impure occupations. The hereditary occupation of a caste reflected its status in society. So, what occupation the people are performing in a particular caste and which is hereditary in nature will determine the status of the caste in the society. Restrictions on marriage. Intermarriage between castes was prohibited. Individuals were allowed to marry within their caste only. Intercaste marriage was prohibited, that is, they practiced endogamy.